Do you have a driver's license?
Yes.
Where is it at?
It's in the car.
Get it for me.
What are you doing?
The plate does not belong on this car. No, no, no. Stop. Stop.
Hey guys, what's up? Let's see if this situation is justified, okay?
Overnight, demonstrators in Grand Rapids, Michigan demanding the officer who shot Patrick Lyoya be held accountable. After community pressure, authorities Wednesday
No, no, no. Stop. Stop. Put your hands right.
releasing video from the officer's body camera, dash camera, a bystander's cell phone, and a nearby security camera, all capturing the fatal encounter April 4th.
The test is going to be whether, in the view of a reasonable police officer, whether that deadly force was needed to prevent death or great bodily harm.
Attorney Ben Crumb says Lyoya's family is devastated and in disbelief.
He's on his hands and knees facing away from the officer. There are so many other things the officer could have done instead of pulling his gun out and shooting him in the back of the head.
And authorities say they haven't publicly identified the officer, who's a 7-year veteran of the force, because he hasn't been charged. So once the investigation is complete, it'll be turned over to prosecutors who'll determine if he'll face charges. Michael?
So this is the information I could find. This guy is not the most law-abiding citizen. DUIs, drugs, alcohol, driving in the car, gangster stuff, seems to be he has stolen cars and everything. This car license plate doesn't make any sense. And hey, arrested multiple times, so hey, you have a certain mentality or a view of a cop if this is happening to you, right? Quite simple, I can understand that. But then at the same time, if a cop stops you, right, and the thing that you do is get out of your car immediately, I don't think you're sending the right message. But that's just my simple observation.
Hey, stay in the car. Stay in the car. Stay in the car. Get in the car. Dude, I'm stopping you. Do you have a license? Do you have a license?
For what?
I'm stopping you. Do you have a license?
What that do?
Do you have a driver's license? Do you speak English?
Yes.
Can I see your license?
What that you want?
The plate doesn't belong on this car.
He starts turning around, trying to close the door. Bada beam, bada boom. The officers tries to stop him. They have this coyote, roadrunner moment, you know. And then in the end, they land on the floor and it gets messy. I'm the type of person that I would never challenge a cop. That's what I was taught when I was a little kid. Because they have a gun. So after fighting on the floor, bram, 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 they both stood up a little. Okay, Gucci, officer takes out the taser. And then this guy decides, hey, I'm going to grab your taser because life is Gucci. And they fight kind of like 90 seconds. Now, it might be short, but 90 seconds struggling when you're already gassed out on the floor and you stood up with a gun and you need to challenge the battle again. Hey man, that's a lot. You will get gassed out way quicker than you think. In the end, the guy managed to remove the taser and the officers, hey man, okay, I got my gun officially. Boom. The only way I can relate to this is if I was fighting a friend in the kitchen and suddenly I hear his hand go into the kitchen thing, ring, 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 to pick something that I'm like, hey, there might be a fork or a knife there. And right beside me, a hammer. I don't advocate for killing, but I do advocate for safety to ensure that I'm still alive, you know? I mean, you could see on my face that there was a moment I was like, wait, you were behind him and you put your gun on his head and blam? Not everybody agrees with that, but I'm like, why would you make it normal to take a specific stun gun from a cop? And I hope he doesn't believe that after I stun him, I'm not gonna do anything to him. Not everybody thinks that healthy. I don't understand people keep breaking the laws and then be surprised, why did you stop me? He got a verbal command. They told him what he's going to do because that is the reason we're going to stop. He put his hands on the guy. Did not work. He puts more hands on the guy. Did not work. They stood up. He did even strike him a few times before the taser. That was not enough. So the strike did not work. He called for backup.
1950, stop more cars. Stop resisting.
He says, put your hands up. Nothing works. It seems that the taser did not work well. He tried to fix it. They're battling with the taser. Bada beam, bam, 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 boom. So the gangster question in this whole situation is, You have sometimes the right to use a specific amount of force. It's not the fact that you killed somebody, it's that did you slowly add the quality before you added the power to justify the moment. That's why I'm here. I didn't go immediately there. So if you want to see the whole thing, just look in the description. But as you can see right there, he is in that position, and that's exactly when he shot him. It's a power position, but take into consideration, you're fighting somebody that took your stun gun, he can shoot you, and he can take your gun. So you're gonna think different. Now, if that force that you provided might have killed somebody, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. We've seen it happen. But my point is, look at Jacob Blake. It was always the same struggle. He went to his car, tried to grab something, and they shot him because they're like, hey man, I don't know if you have a gun. We don't know. And most of these people might have a gun because it's normal to have a gun in USA. Of course, people are kind of worried, especially as a cop. It's normal. I can understand why people think like that. I think the reason most people get arrested is their reaction, how they react. It can be annoying if they bother you a lot, but your reaction is the main reason why you got the end result that happens. Protest, yes, okay, protest again. But then again, why do we have a cop then? Dude, what do you want the cops then to do? Just be nice, okay, don't do it again. That doesn't work, people. If he got caught with all the things that he was doing, he would be sent to prison. So he wanted to do something about it. He was pissed. He got caught. I know. Life is sometimes harder. But now guess what? You don't even have the option to choose a life because you're gone. And it's sad. But I'm not gonna make the cop accountable for your mistakes, and then he had to be defensive because you were afraid to go back to prison. It doesn't make any sense. Am I being harsh? I think I'm quite genuine about what I'm talking. Let me know your opinion.
Don't get me wrong, mako sa kita bong. Butta fire na mi blonde kush hash purple skunk. Creo yo colombici jam jam. Turloketa berdetta well.